Why, hello there. You just caught me doing some light reading for fun. So today I'm going to answer a question from Jason on my Facebook page. And the question goes like this: how would you go about helping someone who is on tilt from playing ranked? So welcome to Mind Games TV, episode 8. And today I'm going to try to talk a little bit about solo queue tilt, ranked tilt, and how to help out your friends. So first of all, I want to make sure that we're talking about tilt and not choking. I think that the two words are kind of used interchangeably, but I would like to separate the definitions a little bit. Of course, I'm not the person who is allowed to do this, but if you, the community, want to gather around these two concepts, I think choking essentially is recognized as the act of playing down from where you potentially could be playing. So you have mastered at a certain skill level, then you play and you execute your skill at a lower level. That's choking. Okay, and we need to understand why that happens, and we're always trying to prevent it. Tilting, I think, is more often used to refer to emotional trauma, like somebody's pissed and then they just kind of wallow in their pissedness and can't not be pissed about stuff, and so they kind of intentionally screw the game up. It's not like a accidental screwing it up like choking is. So I think that a lot of times tilting obviously has thousands of ways that it comes into being, thousands of different things that cause people to go into tilt, but most of the time, fundamentally, it comes from the same origin, which is definitions of yourself from the past, from your past experiences, and expectations for the future. So everybody has what they want what they desire to get out of a game. So getting what you desire out of a game. That is the future-focused desire. So imagine that you're drinking, you're probably all excited to get drunk mostly, and all of the things that go along with that. But imagine that if you didn't get drunk at all and you just had the hangover, people would be annoyed. And so that's essentially you have this expectation for the future in the game, and then it doesn't happen. You pick Sejuani, and then you miss every single charge and get set behind and killed 5 times by Lee Sin, and so your expectation for this awesome game doesn't happen. So you are pissed and you can't get over it. All right, so the way that I work on this with clients is I help them focus on presence in the moment. So finding the fun in the moment, recognizing that your focus is on the future expectations or on the past, definitions of yourself, well, I'm a better player than this or something like that. So what I would recommend for your friends is actually to help them kind of see their emotional state, or kind of validate it and get it burned through so that they can go back to enjoying themselves. One of the first things you could do, just very basically, is just ask what you can do to help. Or I like a better question, which is to test them and ask them, what can I say that would help you? Because that forces them to consider, am I in a state where I could be helped? What is it that I actually want to hear? Why am I being pissed? What sort of thing am I looking for from the world or whatever? Is there anything that my friend could even say to me that would help me? So try to find out what it is that they want to hear, and you can ask them what can I say that would help? And then the second thing I recommend is listening and validating emotions, not actions. So this is one of the things that actually I learned early on in my relationship. We just had my 10-year wedding anniversary, so 10 years strong as far as marriage, and beyond that for how long we've been together. And one of the things that's really important is that you are actually providing a source of validation for your friend's emotions. So they're saying oh, I'm so pissed, through their actions and through their their phrases, whether or not they're saying I'm so pissed, and you should say that sucks. Whether or not you say the words that sucks or something else, essentially they don't want a solution. They don't want you to solve the problem. They don't want you to come gank their lane. They don't want you to tell them oh yeah, that guy is so annoying. What they want to hear is validation of that you understand what they feel. When people are lashing out, a lot of times they want to make other people feel what they're feeling. That is our selfish reason for lashing out. So if you can empathize with that, if you can show that you understand how they're feeling, then usually people will get over it and start looking at their emotional state and how much it's screwing up their current enjoyment of the moment. and they'll fix it and get over it. So they don't need solutions or want solutions most of the time. And make sure you don't validate their actions. So if they're just like, if they're saying like, oh yeah, that guy is such a jackass, you can say something like, well, it sucks that you're behind and that you got ganked and that, your support died with you. I agree with that, but like everybody makes mistakes. So you don't need to validate their belief that somebody else is trash just to validate their emotions. You can always validate their emotional state and agree with them that like it sucks the things that happened to them. It sucks that that they're in that position now and that they have to play from behind and try to win a game, or that they have to wait till next game to enjoy themselves. But it's not that you want to like validate that somebody else is horrible, because that just means that then they have a reason for that kind of emotion rather than getting it through the system and out and back on. So there are hundreds of ways, more advanced ways of dealing with tilt, but I touched on the very fundamentals of what tilt is, which is like a focus on the future or the past, and you want to get them focused on the present moment and finding that fun in the moment, like uncovering it. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to ask them what they would want to hear that makes them like all of a sudden look at a mirror of themselves and be like, oh, what is it that I need? What am I searching for? And the other thing is to validate them, validate their emotional state so they can get over it and move on. Yeah, so those are my basic tips. Thanks, Jason, for the question, and I'll see you next time. By the way, I might be kind of shiny because I just got back from camping all day. So I was basically sitting in front of a fire from 11 a.m. onward, and it was awesome. We did Korean barbecue, which I was like, I didn't know you could do Korean barbecue out in the woods, but it kind of makes logical sense. Like when you go to a restaurant, you do it on a grill anyway, so why wouldn't the natural form of Korean barbecue have been on an actual barbecue? So it was delicious and amazing. And now that you're all hungry, I'll leave you at that.